well for tests. I was back at home feeling sorry for myself, waiting for results that wouldn't come, not in the normal timeline, not until well after the chaos hit. But we had both been in hospital, both for the same sickness, even if I didn't know it yet. He was so much further along than I was, of course. He was careening towards his end. So Susan brought him home to die in his house. We watched them wheel him in through the front door, depositing him as if he was just some delivery, then going. And we heard her talking to him, her voice low and soft, carrying through the walls. Birdie said to me that we should bake something, and I told her that we had done more than enough, that we should let them be. He was clearly palliative. They needed their peace. Rubbing my hand where they'd taken the blood samples. We thought it was anemia. We hoped it was anemia. There had been a drop of blood, a cut that wouldn't heal. I had looked online and there were alternatives that didn't bear thinking about. The reality never entered my mind, not at that point. "She won't have time to cook. She'll be looking after him," Birdie said. "She might not be hungry. She'll need to eat, keep up her strength." "But the anomaly," I said. That day, the day we knew it was meant to envelop us, the news was off. There was that cycling "do not panic" message on the screens, and the phone lines were all blocked. All we had was our own Sol-2R batteries, though we knew we could run weeks off those. Potentially indefinitely, if the sun held after we were enveloped. That was a worry at the time, and Birdie tutted, rolled her eyes. "We don't know what will happen," she said. "What if it's nothing? Then you've just sat around when you could have been doing something." No, you're right," I said. "Of course you're right." So Birdie baked a pie, short crust, so thick, that layer between it and the meat where it's less baked, where it's somehow intangible, the looseness of it, the fabric of the pie, and the smell of it, of the crust ever so slightly sweet, the stew so savoury. Birdie always added soy sauce to the stock, wanting that intensity to it, the two smells mingling. I hold on to those smells. She delivered the pie and made me stand with her on their doorstep. I had my hands in my pockets because I was ashamed about it. There is nothing that you can say, has never been. What words to soothe that sort of pain? Even with my mother and the distance between us, when she went, there wasn't anything. Austin was quiet. We could see the door at the far end was closed. We imagined him behind that. Susan answered, and she stared at us as if she had never seen us before. "What?" she asked. "We brought you this," Birdie said. "We thought—" "We heard about Austin," I said. "I mean, of course we're so terribly sorry." "There's no need," she replied. "We're fine," she said. "Look, I would really prefer you just left us alone." "Well, if you do need anything," Birdie started, but she cut her off. "I won't," she said. Then she shut the door. I remember that conversation perfectly, how burned in her eyes were, deep set, absolutely determined, building her up to something. Funny how some things remain with such clarity, how loose memory can be. Ask me if I remember being a child, and I do. Ask me if I remember Birdie leaving me, and I do not. Not the exact moment. She was there 1 minute, and then she was gone. We lay in bed and Birdie soothed me, her hand on my chest, running through grey hairs. That I remembered. The act of looking down, of surveying my body like cresting hills and rolling moors of pale flesh, the rivers of lilac, the soil of browning moles. My work, landscapes, dragged into my own body image. The grey hairs that I remembered being a thick blackness, and yet here, grey or silver even, if we're being generous. Those hairs pulled out in the movements of her fingers, through and through, back and forth. Even with everything happening, I'm still getting older. Some people do not. I do nothing but age. I am not who I was back then, but then I am also the same. I have been alone.